Hola, Riri here. I really wanted to work with Fuzzy Peaches, but my phone is just not having it. It says memory full or storage full. So until I get my phone back up, we're gonna have to record on Bubbles, my laptop. So Fuzzy Peaches is not happening right now. All thanks to my phone. I don't understand. Anyways, I'm not. So I just got back from hanging out with my neighbor, and I love him so much. And what a privilege it is to be loved by everyone, because since I've been back, I've had to schedule my time appropriately with everyone because everyone's been wanting to hang out with me. So I've had to, schedule my time appropriately with everyone. So every day, as of recent, I've had to organize my days after work to ensure that I'm spreading my time equally amongst everyone. And today I hung out with my neighbor, and tomorrow I'm hanging around with my bestie, and then every day I'm with someone. Which is very, very sweet. And it just shows that I have so much abundance in my life, and that everyone missed me while I was gone. So I'm very, very lucky, and I'm very grateful. Now, topic of discussion tonight, I would say, would have to be, I don't know. What did I talk about today? I guess the idea of slow travel. Because I did have that conversation with my neighbor briefly, but I think that's something that I would like to discuss and elaborate on. And I did have an epiphany while I was traveling, because it's easy to get lost in the sauce when you're traveling. Meaning, when you are on vacation, you are so inclined to want to do anything and everything. But if you know me, I am one to slow travel all the time, because I love to immerse myself in the culture, within my surroundings, and I just don't like to rush. If you rush me, I'll tell you to fuck off right away. That's just not my personality. And don't rush me. But And that's why I prefer to solo travel. Or I'm very picky and selective with the people I travel with. So when I first started my Asia travels, I predominantly was gonna hit several Asian countries. And I planned 2 countries strategically, and then I didn't plan the other countries specifically so I can have room for spontaneity, flexibility. Obviously, things happened and I wasn't able to do that. That first Asia travel. But I took that structure and I mumbo jumboed it. And I took it with me in this travel, and I incorporated it. And during my surf town stay, I did not know what the fuck I was getting myself into. Meaning, I didn't do any research, and I had no clue where I was going, what destinations what was there. I just knew it had yoga, and I just knew it had a beach, and it had internet. And that was the basis of slow travel for me. And because my intention was to slow travel, I didn't want anything and anyone to influence that. So I set my boundaries up already. I met my girls and they influenced me to check out new places. And as much as I wanted to check out new places with them, I hard passed on a lot of them because I really wanted to work, and I just really, really, really just wanted to be by myself majority of the time. And I don't regret that at all. Even though I spent a lot of time with them as well. Now, when I was in Japan, this is where I had the biggest epiphany that propelled me and aligned me for the rest of my travels in Japan, and what kind of forced me to go into China. And what allowed me to be okay with not going to Vietnam. So I landed in Osaka, and 2 days in Osaka, I heard a lot of my roommates battle it out in their heads and become extremely anxious about them not hitting their bucket lists, so to speak. And they were becoming extremely anxious about not hitting what they wanted to see, their targets, their goals, and sightseeing in Japan, or at least and their time spent and their timeline while they're in Japan. Being surrounded by that, I internalized that myself, and I started to get anxious and started panicking myself. And then I literally started internalizing, and I was like, you know what? Holy shit, I won't be able to hit my bucket list if at this rate, I won't be able to. To be fair, I went into Japan with a one-way ticket, and I still didn't book a flight back to the Philippines, so it's not like I could do whatever the hell I wanted. But still, I was very anxious because I was feeding into that narrative of I'm running out of time, I need to finish my bucket list, and I need to pick up the pace here. And then I started getting into a panic attack mode in the middle of the subway. And I like ran into an old lady, and she hit me because I just stopped in the middle of my tracks. And you don't do that in the middle of a fucking subway station. So then I had to stop, and I had to like hold the toots, and I had to calm myself down and say, Rio, you are only one person. And Japan isn't going anywhere. And if you really want to hit all your bucket lists, you can do so by coming back to Japan anytime. And your goal was to slow travel in the first place and to enjoy yourself. So if you want to slow travel and enjoy yourself, realistically, you're not going to hit everything that you want to hit. So what's it going to be? Are you going to enjoy yourself? Or are you going to just, tackle this and basically not have fun? So what's it going to be? And I said, I'm going to slow travel. And when I said that, I made a promise to myself that I'm just going to, again, surrender and do what I can, because there's only one me, and Japan is so vast, and I'm just going to enjoy my time here. And whatever I hit, whatever bucket list I hit, it's okay. And whatever I don't hit, that means I just have to come back again. And then once I let go, everything aligned for me. And the places that I wanted to hit embraced me. It was insane. And there were only 3 places that I didn't get to see. 3 or 4. Out of everything I wanted to see, I was able to see it. So it was like, I think I just hyped myself up because I was in that space of everyone else trying to do everything else. And I was like, girl, take it easy. Don't compare yourself to everyone else. Focus on you, and you are safe and you are okay. And then everything worked out. And don't be influenced by everyone else around you. Do you. And I don't influence myself with everyone else. I always do me. And because I was doing me, everyone else was wondering what I was doing, and they were curious as to what I was doing, and then I was able to influence them, and they thought whatever I was doing was really cool. And they wanted to do what I was doing. And they were curious what I was doing. And there was one time they came with me to whatever I did, and then I got to share some of the stuff that I did with them, and they thought it was really really cool, and it was fun to share that with them and with him. And what I mean to say is, stick to your guns, and there's only one of you. You don't have to do everything and anything at once. And you could always come back. Don't overwhelm yourself. And trust your gut, People try to pack everything all at once, and it's okay. You don't have to do it all. People try to do too much. And sometimes, actually not sometimes, all the time is not, it's not needed. I remember I was talking to, let's call him Loverboy, the person I met. And when we met up, he asked me how my day was, and I said I had the most beautiful day in Kyoto. And I asked him how his day was in Kyoto. And we both saw our respective temples that we wanted to see that day, and then we met up together. And I told him, I'm like, you tell me about your day first, and I'll tell you about mine. And he's like, okay. And he's like, honestly, I didn't have fun at my temple. And I'm like, why not? And he's like, it was overcrowded. I didn't have nice photos. And I didn't learn about anything at my temple because it was just like a tourist spot. And I'm like, I'm so sorry, my love, that you didn't get to have the experience that you wanted at the temple. And he's like, what about you? And I'm like, I had the most beautiful time at my temple because there was no one there, and I was able to immerse myself with the locals, and I got to partake in a prayer with them. And they taught me how to do the prayer properly. And I got a Goshin book, and I learned the difference between a temple and a shrine, and I met and I learned a lot of history, and I got so many beautiful photos. So it was the opposite experience. And he's like, honestly, next time I'm just going to come with you, because as much as my bucket list is hitting all the tourist spots, you've cracked the code. And I'm like, I know. I'm very sorry that you didn't have the right, like the correct day that you wanted, like the day you wanted, but at least you got to see what you wanted to see. And he's like, yeah, you're right. If you put it that way, at least I got to see it. You know? Yeah, and I'm like, you were curious and you got to see it and you checked it off your list. And I'm like, and you did it for the gram. He's like, I don't even have Instagram. I'm like, well, you did it for yourself. That's all that matters. So, moral of the story is just do it for you. Anyways, this turned out to be 20 minutes, and